and welcome to ET News. Today's top news story, we eat ourselves to death as obesity has grown to become one of the biggest human health problems in the world. And on to a greater extent than ever, it affects the children. According to CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, obesity among children has grown almost exponentially in the US. In fact, from 1980 to 2012, obesity among 12 to 19-year-olds has increased from 5 to 21%. In comparison to Sweden, where the numbers of children with obesity has grown from 1 to 4%, estimates that Swedish physicians Anneli Thorén. These devastating facts begs the question, how do we get here? The nutrition expert at Harvard School of Public Health, Walter Willett, believes that one aspect of the problem is that the big corporations are spending a tremendous amount of money on marketing that exposes children to unhealthy food alternatives. Hence, the outcome is that children consume poor nutrition. Furthermore, Willett identifies another underlying cause to the obesity problems in terms of increased television consumption, which breed a lack of movement. We asked a few citizens about their thoughts on why obesity among children is increasing drastically. A growing body of evidence shows that obesity affects both individuals and the society in a negative sense. First of all, according to a guide for medical care in Sweden called Vårdguiden, obesity begets other malignant cancer disease such as colon cancer, renal cancer, and cervical cancer. Moreover, obesity might germinate diseases in terms of type 2, diabetes, high blood pressures, and dementia. With other words, obesity should be classified as a deadly disease. The disease themselves are not the only consequences you need to worry about if you suffer from obesity, seeing that the quality of life decreases since regular everyday tasks become overwhelming, as well as the social situation deteriorates. In addition, it is common that people with obesity feel alienation, at least if we believe the GAP surgical unit in Stockholm, Sweden. Not only is obesity a pain in the neck for the people suffering from it, but also it is a pain in the neck for most societies. Societies as, for example, Sweden, with free healthcare financed by taxes. Facts from the Swedish side economy, facts show that healthcare cost the society 150 billion crowns in 2006. In addition, since people with obesity might not be able to work, it undermines the official resources of the society. The society of the United States, on the other hand, is not affected as badly since healthcare is financed individually. The outcome is that obesity puts the affected in an even more vulnerable situation, seeing that they also have to finance their own rehabilitation. And why there is or isn't a difference between the two countries is needless to say. I mean, obesity among children is far more common in the US than in Sweden. The question we all are asking ourselves is why. And one of the reasons is that the possibility for the big corporation to market themselves with children as a target is way easier in the US. Research from the Swedish organization Swedish Consumer shows that companies in the US are spending $5 million on marketing that focus solely on children. Marketing with a focus on children is forbidden by law in Sweden. A law named Radio and Television Law forbids marketing that affects children under 12 years, according to Chapter 8, Paragraph 4. Moreover, the unhealthy food companies in the US have a different culture than in Sweden. For example, by selling extra large meals and sodas. At the same time, the fast food is cheaper, which signifies that an American citizen has the possibility to consume more fast food at a cheaper price than a Swedish citizen, says Derek Thompson in an article in the newspaper The Atlantic. Upon deeper reflection, the culture is most likely different even among the citizens, seeing that eating at a restaurant is far more common in the US than in Sweden. So what's being done to help or stop it? We cannot turn a blind eye on the fact that obesity is becoming more common around the world. But how do we prevent it? A few attempts has been done already. For example, in the UK, where a sugar tax has been implemented, in order to prevent people from consuming sugar products. Time will tell if this attempt is a game changer. However, a lot of people think that the problem demands further actions. One might state that the companies need to broaden their views and look beyond their economic purposes, since their actions affect the people's well-being. Moreover, a stricter national legislation might be useful in countries such as the United States to prohibit companies to market themselves directly to children. The psychologist Margaret Brew Hansen suggests that parents need to take more responsibility for their children's eating habits. And that was all for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for watching and good night.